The silence in the new house wasn't peaceful. It was heavy, like the air before a thunderstorm. I bought the place for a steal, a Victorian fixer-upper on the edge of town. The realtor mentioned the previous owner had moved suddenly, but at 24, with a shallow bank account, I didn't ask questions. I just wanted a floor that didn't creak. I spent the first week stripping wallpaper in the master bedroom. It was an ugly, mustard yellow floral pattern that looked like it was bruising. By the third day, I noticed the sound. It started as a faint tink, 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 like a fingernail tapping on the other side of the drywall. I froze, scraper in hand. The tapping stopped. Mice, I muttered to the empty room. But mice don't tap in rhythm. Mice don't wait for you to answer. That night, the heat failed. I woke up at 3 a.m., my breath blooming in the dark air like ghostly flowers. I heard it again, but this time it wasn't tapping. It was a sliding sound. Like something heavy being dragged behind the walls. It moved from the corner of the room, across the ceiling, and stopped directly above my bed. I stared at the ceiling. The plaster was cracked, webbed like a shattered mirror. Then, a voice, thin and dry, like dead leaves skittering across pavement, whispered my name. Elias. My heart didn't just race, it hammered. I grabbed a heavy brass lamp from the bedside table. "Who's there?" I shouted. My voice felt small, pathetic. The sliding sound accelerated. It raced down the wall behind my headboard. I felt the vibration through the wood. Thump, thump, thump. It sounded like a frantic heartbeat, but it wasn't mine. I didn't sleep. I sat in the center of the room, lamp in hand, until the sun bled through the curtains. The next morning, I was determined to find the source. I went to the hallway, where a small, rectangular access panel led to the crawl space behind the bedroom walls. It was painted shut, layers of white gloss sealing it like a tomb. I grabbed a crowbar and pried. The wood groaned and splintered, and as the door popped open, a gust of stale, metallic-smelling air hit my face. I clicked on my flashlight. The beam cut through the darkness, revealing a narrow passage between the studs. At first, I saw nothing but old insulation and cobwebs. Then, the light hit something reflective. It was a mirror. A small, handheld silver mirror sitting face up on the floorboards. Beside it was a bowl of what looked like dried gray porridge and a pile of fingernails. Hundreds of them, small, yellowed, and jagged. My stomach turned. I started to back away, but the flashlight beam caught something else, deeper in the shadows. Tucked into the corner was a nest made of shredded yellow wallpaper, the same wallpaper I had been stripping. And there, etched into the back of the drywall, were thousands of tally marks. They weren't drawn with a pen. They were gouged into the gypsum by human hands. I heard the shk sound again. It was coming from the ceiling, directly behind me. I spun around, my light shaking. High up in the rafters, a face peered down. It wasn't a ghost. It was a man, or what used to be one. He was impossibly thin, his skin the color of wet parchment, stretched so tight over his skull that his teeth seemed to be pushing through his lips. He had no hair, and his eyes were wide, milky white, and fixed, directly on mine. He wasn't hiding anymore. He was smiling. "You missed a spot." He didn't jump. He unfolded. His limbs were long and spindly, moving with the jerky precision of an insect. He dropped from the rafters with a sickeningly soft thud. I didn't wait. I scrambled out of the crawl space, falling into the hallway, and ran. I didn't grab my keys. I didn't grab my shoes. I ran until my lungs burned. I never went back. The police found the crawl space empty when they arrived 2 hours later. No mirror, no nails, no nest. They told me I'd had a hallucination. But sometimes, when I'm sitting in my new apartment, a modern place with concrete walls, I'll be sitting in the silence, and I'll hear it. Tink, tink, tink. Except now, the sound isn't coming from the wall. It's coming from underneath my chair.